And then to stay on games too, just because this is game related before we go into Dying Light.
Sorry to go away from shitting our pants, but we gotta go back to games.
Yeah. But I do think it's interesting that, Arthur, remember we had the conversation in regarding to Battlefield 2042, and I expressed my concerns slightly. I was like, it looks good. I like the one of these features, but I'm just not sure, if this is gonna be good, And you're just like, yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. And lo and behold, they failed. They
shit themselves.
They shit themselves really bad. And even the head of the Battlefield guy, he left. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go on vacation." It's like, no, you're leaving because you failed.
It's like, hey guys, I'm taking a break. It's like, why is your office empty? No, don't worry about it. All I know is I said since day one, Jarrell, and I'm happy I stuck to my guns. It's like EA needs to learn from Battlefield 5, and I was a part of the team that was don't pre-order it. So fucking glad
you were.
So fucking glad I did. Like,
you were one of those.
Don't pre-order it. Even if you're hyped, the trailers look good. The hype train definitely increased after the trailers came out, but I was like, don't pre-order it.
I'm gonna give you one of these.
I was like, EA still has a chance to
hold the line.
Exactly. EA can still pull an EA, hold the line, don't pre-order it.
Yeah.
Lo and behold, massive fucking list of things that are not in the game. And that was the big issue with Battlefield 5. That was my biggest complaint with Battlefield 5. Battlefield 1 had all these features, and Battlefield 5 said, nah, these things make the game fun? Fuck that. Took out all these features. They made the game significantly less fun. Remember, I told you, I played multiple matches of Battlefield 5. The only time I had fun in Battlefield 5 was building sandbags. That's a problem.
Yeah.
And then EA was like, "Oh, hey man, we're telling people we learned our lesson of taking out features. Let's see what we can do for Battlefield 2042."
Right.
Can we forget about taking out features for a second? How about completely changing the fucking game and adding specialists?
Seriously,
what the fuck was that?
They're like, "Hey, Overwatch is super successful.
We have 10 different specialists. So are you saying I can't use a med kit and defibrillators? No, you can't. You need a specialist. No.
Wait, the fuck?
So there's a special. Well, I think any teammate can pick you up technically, but there's a specialist that picks you up faster and revives you with like bonus health. And
oh my god, that's literally the stupid feature from Battlefield 5. God damn it.
And then they have a guy who one of his abilities is to drop like an ammo crate. So most people use him because his ability is to drop an ammo crate, and then he can switch his gadget to like a med kit, rocket launcher, whatever. So he's like the most well-rounded one,
most utility class.
Yeah, because you can get your ammo crate and still get everything else, but it's like otherwise you get a rocket launcher, you can't get ammo, and you can't get ammo unless you have somebody who's willing to run ammo. So it's like everybody's playing selfish as fuck, and it's like this is not why we play Battlefield.
No, Battlefield was like one of the better like actual squad-based games, because there is all these like not exactly in your face, but passive incentives to play the objective, whether the objective is either taking a flag or supplying your buddies. As I hit my phone, picking up your buddies, like to passively put into players' mind, play as a squad, play as a team.
Yeah.
Even if you're randos, dude. So after years of playing Battlefield 1, I had so many experiences of playing with randos that weren't shit.
Yeah.
You play Call of Duty, you're like, oh, I got randos, game's over. So it's done.
Also too, like, this was the game that, like, the Battlefield series was the series that I would run to.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to deal with Call of Duty.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So now we're homeless.
And now we are bigger Call of Duty.
Yeah. Now we don't know where to go. Like, cause I guess a question for you, Preston, this is kind of more like an overarching question, but like including Battlefield 2042 in the mix, because that failed. There's so many games that failed last year. You know what I mean? And I feel like COVID, like, isn't really an excuse anymore. It was just really bad strategic planning, you know, like Back 4 Blood. Like, it didn't fail because of COVID. Obviously, Battlefield 2042 didn't. And like, I would say Outriders didn't fail. It was just, you know, it had its you know, hiccups or moments or whatnot. But I think overall it was a good game. Mm-hmm. But there was a lot of bigger titles that failed. I wonder, do you think, just shot in the dark, do you think, Preston, that we're going to have a better year where these developers listen to us and realize that we just kind of want more of the same but prettier?
Probably not. Because I feel like it's the AAA companies. I feel like they're way too far down that hole of what's going to make us money, what's going to get us to the bigger crowd, blah blah blah. Because there is a lot of video games that are doing great, like It Takes Two. Like, that game was a
game of the year.
Yeah.
That
game was a hit and nobody was expecting, like, you know. So like, I feel like right now it's on the smaller studios. I do think that Sony is going a good way with their single player games, because it seems like they're really focusing on that right now. So I have faith in them with that. Mm-hmm. As far as multiplayer, though, I have no faith in anybody, especially after 2042's like their whole promo run was like, oh, we're going to do this because this is what the fans want. This is what the fans want. Portal wasn't what it was, it was advertised. The game wasn't what it was advertised. And then it was like, oh, we only have multiplayer, so it's going to be polished. Bullshit. And it's like I don't trust any of like the big companies with multiplayer anymore. Like, this whole year of failed games, I was one of the fuckers that went to League of Legends. Like, I had more fun with League of Legends than I've had with anything else this past year.
Stooped to the league.
anything that's multiplayer, I've probably had more fun on League multiplayer than I've had on any.